Today, we bring to you testimonies and the opinions of real Guyanese from the People's Progressive Party Civic, APNU, and the Alliance for Change political parties. Listen to their stories as to why you should vote for their party. At the end of the video, tell us in the comments who should be president of Guyana and why that individual is the best choice.
The People's Progressive Party Civic has showed this commitment true and true again. And in the last 5 years, I have benefited from job creation, education, and so much more. And all of these were just not words. These were actions.
Come on board with us. I must implore on the youth that under the next administration, which will be the APNU administration, you will have some form of normalcy. Your children will be able to go to school and you will not have to wonder if they're coming home back, right? Our government is supposed to protect our children, the vulnerable, the weak, the youths. They're supposed to have strategies for youth. They do not have any. Currently, we know what happened with Adriana. When you go on that day to vote, remember Adriana. Remember, it could have been your child. It could have been your youth. It could have been your family. And don't think because you're getting a handout or some form of a small token of financial dividends that is what you deserve. The resources of Guyana belong to all, right? And it should not only be shared among a few friends, families, and favorites.
Now, many of you out there might be thinking, hey, you know what? Even I'm not going out to vote because it don't make a difference. But I'm going to tell you, it does make a difference, because if the PPP does not go, well, then how can Guyana grow? How can you grow? How can you develop yourselves? And that means it's another 5 years before you get an opportunity to vote them out. And mind you, it's 23 years prior to 2050 plus 5. Do you really want to do another 5 years with the PPP? Because I for sure know that your life, your family's life, is no better off than it was before. Look, listen, you got to go out there and vote. Now, there are many surprises that you're going to see in this upcoming elections. You're going to see many folks jumping ship, betraying their party, betraying the people that voted for them to get into office. All sorts of things, but do not be distracted. There's one common enemy here, and that is the PPP. Now, in Region 10, you're going to see flashing lights and a whole bunch of hoorah, hoorah, whatever. And they want your vote. PPP wants your vote. But over the last 5 years, have you seen any significant developments in Linden? When it comes to youths, the youths have been crying out about the deplorable states of various community grounds. They have been abandoned.
In my observation, my reasoning, my conscience, I have never seen, especially for the last 5 years, development unprecedented, like no other government before.
I endorse Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali for a second term.
Because I believe in progress, in opportunity, and in a future where young people like myself can thrive.
President Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali, job well done.
We recently had, I heard Comrade Dexter was just on, was talking about the death we had in Linden. We recently lost two youngsters within our community. Kian Fajide and Ronaldo Peters. They have not received the kind of justice that we want to see as a community. So those, as if any Linden is listed, those faces are developed. And we'll just have to ensure that this corrupt regime does not go back into office.
Why Nigel Hughes for president? Nigel Hughes has stood by over the years and the decades, standing by indigenous peoples when everyone else was afraid to stand by them, fighting for land rights and other individual issues. They needed legal counsel. Nigel has done that pro bono. So, Nigel Hughes, the human rights lawyer, Nigel Hughes, a humanitarian. Nigel Hughes will make the best president for Guyana. That is why you should vote for Nigel Hughes for president and the Alliance for Change.
I'm Laverne. I'm from Leopold Street community, Leopold Street community. Mr. Hughes is a very good man. We grew up together in this area and he helps out a lot of the youths, football, games, even thing we a Darkest Club. We had things, classes, this and that, a Darkest Club. And I would love Mr. Hughes to be our president.
Region 10, I could talk that extent. We have been marginalized and victimized. This government has not done one development project within this community. So we have been marginalized. Let's not talk. They like brag and boast about the synthetic track. That was conceptualized by the coalition. That is not their project. And we had to go through a Herculean task to have them complete that. And as of today, it's not completed. Over 5 years. So they cannot come. They have no justification to say why that project is not finished. They have not allocated the resources for those facility to be finished in time. Now, we have not even put an alternative method. Now, I am a youngster. Where could I now go if I want to socialize in a sporting activity? We don't have no facility up and running within this community. And this is something we should talk about. Now you see the election coming. They're coming with everything at length.
Now here's the thing how youths work. They have a lot of energy. Even me, I think I'm a youth. I have a lot of energy. And that energy needs to be put towards something positive. And many of our youths around in the community don't have any way to go to really showcase their talent and develop their athletics or whatever it is. When you look at the synthetic track should have been completed by now. Linden have been winning, oh my gosh, nationals so long, I don't have enough fingers nor toes to maybe count the amount of times Linden have won. So if Linden is the sports heaven when it comes to athletics, why not invest more in the youths? The synthetic track, which started under the coalition government, is not completed. 5 years after, that's disappointing. The Mackenzie Sports Club ground, in the interest of developing and making it a world-class stadium, still not completed. If you don't believe me, go right there at the Mackenzie Sports Club ground and see the condition that it's in. 5 years, really? We had the Chinese that's put together a stadium within 3 days, but you had a whole 5 years and it's still not completed. When we look at the LTI dorm, the whole intention of the coalition when we were in power was to make sure that LTI has a dormitory which can cater for students from across the country, especially indigenous villages and in the hinterland, to come to Linden. They can live, they can study so that they can develop their vocational skills, whether it be in carpentry, joinery, mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, computer science, whatever it is. But guess what? 5 years later, and the tool that it started is still not completed. And then they're going to come in here with a whole bunch of balloons and say, we have done great for Linden. You have not done squat for Linden.
This government that we're going to be forming will be a government for the youths. As you can see, the team that surrounds Comrade R.B. Norton, it's youths. Even the press conference yesterday, it had youths surrounding him. So you're in good hands, come out and give your support. Do not be afraid. This is your time. And I tell people that don't wait to be a part of this movement late. Come early so that you can be the change you want to see. You can be the voice that is needed for persons like Adriana, who died for a cause bitch that she did not even know. Right? And condolences to the Young's family again, even though she was being laid to rest. We still need to keep them in prayers for after death trauma. We need to keep them in prayers. Even the Guyanese in Linden, the guys that died, even the Henry brothers. And these are all things that happen under the PPP. And we need to be cognizant of that when we're going to vote and when we come out there on Monday, we're not only coming out there for ourselves, we're coming out there for the voices who have been victimized, who have been killed, who've been sanctioned, right, and who've been silenced. We are representing the future of Guyana. And the future of Guyana is not a winner-take-all politics. It's coalition politics.
Well, there you have it. The power lies in your vote. Who do you think should govern Guyana for the next 5 years?
Please remember to subscribe to our channel, like the video, and put your comments below. Hit the notification bell for more updates on the latest events happening in the region and around the world. Thank you, and we love you all.